Hey, what's up everyone, this is CJ and you guys are watching Just for Fun, and today I have a new video for you guys regarding 1.7 and 1.8. Let's get into it. So, after the quick recap of the Elite Task Force from last week, two community members who actually attended this session have now revealed some interesting news regarding update 1.7 and 1.8. I believe you guys already know RX, so RX did some awesome podcast yesterday. Tyler and Binary have shared their on-site experience regarding ETF and talked about the new upcoming content for the division. 1.7 scheduled features, seasons and feats are now called global events and commendation, while the initial thoughts on both things stayed on the same. Global events will still be some sort of limited time events, and commendation are built on top of an in-game achievement system. Although the information was released with the permission of the developer, 1.7 and 1.8 are still work in progress, so it might change anytime. So other than that, let's listen what exactly Tyler and Binary said about this.
Yeah, so global events are time-related events, and now at the time of this, the plan was to have them as to run for a week once a month. Okay. So, by that time, that may change, but the idea is that it's a time-related event that will last for a month, and what that will do is it will affect all PvE content in the game.
Oh right.
So no matter what
everything in the game.
Yeah. So as a player, you will be enrolled within the global event. You sort of can't opt out of it.
Okay.
However, as a global event, it won't hinder your experience.
Right,
so the part of it is basically you will get rewards whether you play no matter what. But then what you have is single player multipliers and you have group play multipliers, and what they do is they add challenges to that PvE content for you to obtain more reward.
Right, I get you.
So that's basically, so you sort of have three tiers to it. We can't go into the specific mechanics about what the planned intentions are, but we can sort of say the ones that we played was where every headshot that you did, basically the head exploded in like this green pus.
Okay.
And the sort of some of the multipliers there were sort of added conditions around that.
Right.
Which basically made it more of a challenge. So as a single player, it's probably a lot easier, whereas in a group, there's more mechanics that involve more than one of you to obviously kill an NPC, if that makes sense.
Okay, yeah.
And basically what that does is then you earn this reward over the period of a week, and then during that time there will be a time restricted, or at the time of discussion, this it's all could change drastically, but
yeah,
will be a reward that will only be claimable, and it's a stat-based reward. So a new loot item that is claimable during that period. Right,
I see. Okay. Interesting. So let's just kind of give a sort of step back a second and have a quick recap. So this is so it will last for a week and it will happen once a month, right?
Yep.
Yes.
They can. And it applies to. Okay.
No, I was going to say they can change in time length, so it could be longer and shorter, but they could be used to tie in with special events. So, for example, like 4 days over Christmas or something, or over Halloween.
I get you. Okay,
that's the sort of idea they were giving us. Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess you could liken it to an Overwatch competitive season runs for X period of time, and then it'll happen once a month. So every month you'll have a new season, effectively.
Yes,
so
exactly. Yeah.
You have that, and so it's a global modifier that affects absolutely everything. So if I do missions, if I do HVTs, if I do underground, if I do
any PvE content,
even things like, what about if I do like survival PvE?
No. If you do survival PvE, no, they didn't confirm on survival because that's additional. It's all basically it's all light zone content.
Right. So, I get you. Okay, fair enough. Yeah. So missions.
But it would work in underground.
Okay, brilliant. Yeah. That's good. So yeah. So you're doing. So you can pick and choose everything. So I suppose the difference, because of course my understanding before, of course, you go into the ETF was that we thought it would be like a playlist where they select certain activities, but this way, the modifier is present and you do whatever you want.
Exactly, yeah.
All right, fair enough.
I do just want to add, I'm pretty sure it was only select missions and incursions, because when we played it there was about 6 or 7 and it was all cleaner based, and that's where the green explosions came from. But then the global modifier applied to everything, but then you'd only have certain effects in certain missions.
In certain modifier, that's right. Yeah, that's right. So the modifiers themselves only affected cleaner based activities.
So to be clear, in that respect, so it's not as such that the modifier is specifically limited to activities, but if one of the modifiers is tied to cleaners, then you would obviously only go to missions that have cleaners.
Yeah, they give you a select playlist. Yeah.
Okay, so it's still good to know that the global modifier can still affect like everything in the map. It's just that if it does happen to target a particular enemy type, then obviously there's no point in going to a mission that doesn't have the enemy type, right?
Yeah.
Global events sounds great, and I'm very interested about this, and I'm really looking for more vanity items. Let's listen from Tyler and Binary what exactly commendations are.
Taylor, do you want to sort of like lead in with this? Like, what are commendations now?
Yeah, so they are still in-game achievements.
Okay.
And you get a vanity item for completing certain in-game achievements. Now, there was a lot, and I believe we can't go in or give an example of what these achievements were, or how you would complete them. But one thing, like, what it introduced to the game was more of a grind, and made you go out and do things a lot differently.
But was it a good grind, or like do I have to do this again kind of grind?
It was a good grind.
So it's basically fun activities, right? So it's basically the commendations are so we can talk about the score, right? So it gives you like a commendation score.
Okay.
Which basically is an arbitrary number, or basically, you know, if you're used to Xbox Live, right, and you're used to Xbox achievements, like a gamer score, it's very similar to that, but obviously solely within the division. It's only a score that sort of you can see. However, the vanity items that pertain to those scores or achievements are visible, right? So that's sort of your identifier to other people. Now, the more difficult the challenge is, obviously more rarer the vanity items are.
Okay.
And that's sort of the idea. And you earn commendations from doing various, they have a lot, right? Various activities throughout your gaming life within the division.
That sounds great. I really like the commendations, and I really like vanity items, so I'm definitely gonna play more commendations. So other than this, Alex asked some interesting question, whether 1.7 going to bring the players back to the game, and Binary said this.
Yeah, I think 1.7 is enough to give something different to the people that already are playing it. I'm not sure, you know, like people that have put it down 6 months ago are going to come back for it. But I think the people that, you know, they use it as their intermittent game, they like the game, and you know, they always want to keep playing it, but they're playing other games at the same time. It's going to add a new, and then the hardcore players, right? It's going to add something new for them to come back, and the new loot, or the stat-based loot that's coming as part of that will definitely going to tweak a few ears, right? And want people to come, and probably want to come back and try to cheat and attain those. I think the next update though is probably where people are going to be like lose their minds. And based on some of the stuff that we've played, you know, you could argue, and there is no paywall to it, right? So everything that come in year 2, they've said is free. It's probably going to be one of the biggest content drops since launch.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
I would definitely say 1.8 could easily equal what we've already had in expansions, if not more. Yeah. I would happily go out and pay, what was it, like £15 per expansion pack?
Yeah. Again.
I would pay that again, if not more.
All right, that sounds really awesome. 1.8 is going to be really cool as per them, but 1.7 has some features that are definitely going to be good. So I'm really interested. What do you guys think about this? Comment below. Are you guys interested about 1.7 and 1.8? If you want to watch complete 30 minutes podcast, go check out the RX YouTube channel. I will drop down the link below. You have some more information there. Other than that, that's it for this video. If you guys like this video, hit that like button. And if you guys are new to this channel, hit that subscribe button. Thank you so much for watching. You guys have a great day, great gaming. Bye bye guys.